Damage over time.
Die.
It's pretty good. It's reliable, consistent. It can do the entire game on like 10C or less. I just happen to have one problem with it. The overtime part.
Nope.
So I make like one real build a league, right? This functions as a fallback just in case something like, infinite duration lightning warps can't clear maps. Hammer! Yeah, there's a hammer. There's a hammer. Anyway, last league it was Spectres. This league, I decided to go with Toxic Rain. And at this point, the build is actually complete aside from like a few little min-maxes and a couple final levels. So let's go over the character. So this is the passive tree. We're level 94, Trickster, not Pathfinder, because hits don't matter. It's just dots. Always has been. We take all the conceivably efficient dot multi on the tree. Notable tricks include using an intuitive leap to pick up some RMR and Mana Leech, and a Thread of Hope just so we can get both duration notables and some Cluster Jewels. Because dot multi Cluster Jewels are the damage. Use POB if you want all the details. The rest is pretty standard stuff. The gear, however, is where this build gets interesting. Since Harvest lets us tune our gear to balance levels, we can fit a lot more damage without sacrificing defense, and also cut uniques out of the build completely. This is the bow. We use a synth +1 arrow base. We could roll the attack speed and +2 arrows, and then annul the multi-mod back into attack speed, but that's work. I'm lazy, and there is also a chance to destroy the craft. While it's not a particularly hard craft, again, I am lazy. The quiver is by far the best item I have ever made. It's pretty much the dream quiver. We got unlucky when we initially woked the arrow and the C-dot multi, so we had to scour it, start from scratch, and that was painful, but worth it I feel. Crafted attack speed is only 1% less than the T1 AS, so I don't feel like it's worth rolling for it. The hat had a standard, nothing too special here except for the Essence T0 life, but we didn't roll T1 hybrid before double corrupting it, so who cares. The boots are also pretty basic. No T1 MS because they're eye level 84, Sag. The ring. I'm actually really happy with how the rings came out. We envy Essence for chaos damage, then Warlord Swam for AoE, cycle the respective modifiers for the rest of the stats, and then negative mana to bring the TR cost down to usable levels. We don't have a Cool Rain. We don't have Cool Rain's mana on hit, so mana cost is mandatory. Which means sometimes attributes can end up being a problem for the build. See our other disaster of a ring. Gloves, I went with Elder instead of Warlord for the faster attacks hybrid instead of damage over time, as again, without Cool Rain we have to invest in attack speed so our character doesn't feel like crap. This combined with Quality Awakened Arrow Nova brings our Caustic Arrow, which we use for clear on open areas, up to 5 attacks per second, which is perfect, since I needed to go off faster than my dad did when I was a kid. Body Armor is the last interesting slot, which with the Warlord AoE on the rings and the craft on the helm, I felt like we could drop Carcass without losing single target damage. So what to replace it with? This is the answer. Aura Effect to make Malevolence feel better, Explodey to make our clear feel even more buttery, a ton of life, and a double corrupt to make us ever so slightly less killable. This item is amazing. So yeah, that rounds out my not meme character for the league. Future plans include recrafting the other rings so I can get T1 int and AoE, and some more attack speed, and maybe recrafting my gloves so I can get an enchant that matches the MTX. Also level 100. Sorry about the hiatus, by the way. I moved. This is my new setup. And if you guys are interested in like a full crafting breakdown for the items on this character, I'd be happy to do one later on this week if you want like more information. And then after that, we'll be starting our cycle of end of league meme builds. I already have the first 2 of those finished, and we have a couple more planned. I'm also back to streaming every single day on Twitch, so come stop by if you want to do this in like real time. Okay, bye.